Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on Beauty Within. It's your two hosts, Rowena, and it's Felicia. And today we're going to be talking all about vitamin A, which is known as the retinol retinoid family. And I think this ingredient out of, the ABCs of vitamins probably is one of the more confusing ones to use because of the side effects that it always comes attached with. But I don't think it should be that scary. Like Ro is also one of those people who are kind of more hesitant to use it, right?
Just a little compared to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So croaky. The fear of vitamin.
It's so scary. Yeah, I feel compared to the other vitamins, the A is the steepest of learning curves.
True, because one, the products are normally a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
And then two, it's always, attached to like anti-aging, and if you don't feel like you need that, then it's like skin plumping.
And there's just a lot of precautions.
Yeah, like you can't use it with this, you can't use it with that. So because of that, and I think a lot of you guys also have these barriers to entry, that's exactly what we're going to be covering today.
So if you guys haven't watched our part 1, we do have a all about vitamin A's video along with B and C.
Yeah.
Updated ones as well. But because there are more research, there's more information out there, we thought we'd make another one as a little refresher and include it with updated info.
Yes. So let's get into it.
What is retinol and retinoid? You might think, well, they both sound similar, so aren't they the same things?
As you might know, retinoid and retinol are different forms of vitamin A. So in this sense, they are essentially part of the same family, kind of like cousins. And this is why sometimes you'll hear retinoid used as the umbrella form for different derivatives like over-the-counter retinols and also prescription retinoids. So in general, you can kind of think of it as your retinol products you'll probably see at Sephora, CVS, all the brands that you can readily get and are over the counter.
Other derivatives you might also see commonly in your over-the-counter products include retinaldehyde, retinol acetate, and retinol palmitate.
Similar to vitamin C, there's ascorbyl phosphate, ascorbyl glucoside, ascorbic acid, all which is a little bit different from its pure form. And then on the other hand, we have the retinoids, which are a little bit harder to obtain, only because normally when your dermatologist prescribes it, it's because you have kind of like severe acne, or it really is a potent anti-aging ingredient. And because it's a little bit harder to use and a little bit more potent, your average Joes like you and I should not be dabbling in that without, a medical professional.
Yes. The only exception to this is adapalene, which is now available as an over-the-counter product. So now you can get the good old adapalene in your local drugstore.
And this one we'll talk a bit later, but it is really great for problematic breakout skin. So what is the vitamin A family, like retinols and retinoids, actually good for? So their main purpose, and what it was first researched to actually help with, was acne and hyperpigmentation, because it helped control the sebum coming from the pores, which helped with breakouts and inflammation. And then second to that, they found that it helped with fine lines. Like they were doing the testing and they were like, wait a second, the wrinkles have gone, as well as the acne. So then they started marketing it.
Jim, come over here, the wrinkles are gone.
Jim, the wrinkles! Call it back.
On top of that, it can also help smoothen skin texture and also fade post-acne hyperpigmentation. So it's like 2 in 1.
Yeah. And we also found that retinoids can stop the overproduction of melanin at the very root by influencing the melanocytes, or the cells that carry melanin to the upper layers of the skin. And it also helps with subtle resurfacing of the skin, similar to what your chemical exfoliants can do. So it brightens, lightens, helps with acne, and is anti-aging. Why wouldn't you love it?
So with the slew of benefits of vitamin A, I'm just like, as we're going, I'm just like, sold. Yes, I want that. Another benefit is that it stimulates collagen synthesis as well as production in your skin, very similar to vitamin C.
When you apply retinol or retinoid products, a lot of people say that it thins the skin. Yes, it's thinning out the epidermis because it's helping to kind of shed the layers that are cooped up in your pores, causing all these problems, but it's actually thickening the dermis layer, which is where all the collagen synthesis happens. So you're actually plumping up your skin and then kind of shedding the dead layers. So how do they work? Why do we love it so much? Why do I love it so much? So what you guys might not have known is that retinols and retinoids have to go through a different process on our skin to be converted into retinoic acid, which is what our skin actually absorbs and then utilizes to, be anti-aging or help with breakouts.
Retinoic acid is the converted bioactive form that the skin picks up with its special retinoic acid receptors and uses it to work its magic in the deeper layers. And depending on how quickly retinol or retinoid can convert to retinoic acid, the more potent its effects are on the skin.
So it's like isn't that crazy? We have receptors on our skin that pick it up, and it is a two-step process, which is why retinols are more gentle, right? Because you're not applying the full-on retinoic acid to your skin. And in the skin, the retinol binds with a protein called retinaldehyde, and then the retinaldehyde oxidizes to become retinoic acid. It's like the process of baking a cake. First, you need yeast. Then we have another retinol derivative known as esters, which are the mildest form of retinoids and considered great options for sensitive skin. So if you've seen ingredients like retinol acetate, retinol linoleate, retinol palmitate, or retinol propionate in your product labels, these are considered retinol esters.
Here's the thing though, they require a 3-step conversion process in order for the skin to convert into retinoic acid. From esters, it becomes retinol, then retinaldehyde, and then retinoic acid.
3-step.
Boing, boing, boing. So how should I use retinol? If you're a beginner, like me, you'll wait to introduce it very slowly into your routine.
You want to incorporate your retinol at a very low percentage. And we're talking about concentrations of 0.1 or even 0.2%, because I think the first time I used a retinol, I went to 1%, which is actually a lot for retinol, but you don't know, right? Because vitamin C, you can go up to like 20% and it's fine, 15% is fine. Niacinamide, you can use 15, 10, whatever. So like vitamin A, I was like, 1 isn't that bad. Peeling off the nose, it was like Squidward on a beach. So with vitamin A, really, you don't need a lot. So 0 point something is highly effective, folks, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, and if you're trying this, just as a rule of thumb, don't also chemical exfoliate.
Yeah. Okay, so then you might be asking, what should your routine look like?
You want to use retinol on a clean but dry skin. So wash your face and wait a few minutes to make sure your face is completely dry. This is important because when you apply products on damp skin, you can help the product penetrate into the deeper layers of the skin. But for retinol, that also encourages stinging and dryness, which is not what we want.
So if you're advanced and you know your skin can tolerate it, you could definitely go straight into retinol. But also there's different retinol products. There's retinol serums, there's retinol moisturizers. So it's not like you're always going to be applying it straight after cleansing. So that's something to also keep in mind.
And as a general rule of thumb, even though I haven't used a lot of vitamin A, I do this for vitamin C or just any other more like potent active ingredient, is if you're using a very strong serum, your moisturizer, just make it basic.
Yeah.
Like very basic, as long as it's moisturizing and it's hydrating, it's doing the job, that's all you need.
And another strategy is that you can create more of a buffer to your skin by adding it into a moisturizer, so it kind of dilutes the potent effects while still, being able to experience the benefits.
And to be safe, you'll want to use your retinol during your nighttime routine to prevent further irritation on your skin.
Yeah.
Because imagine peeling during the daytime.
During the day.
Your skin, you're exposing your skin to the outside.
Yeah. To the dangers of the UV penetration. Pew pew! Pew pew, literally.
And of course, in the morning, make sure you apply sunscreen. This should go without us having to say, but we're going to say it anyway.
With all the benefits that we talked about, acne, skin texture, brightening, collagen, these actually work at different times through prolonged use. So you can see benefits of maybe evening out of skin texture and also hyperpigmentation in a couple weeks, which is like the short-term quick benefits. But then the collagen synthesis, because you're literally like conjuring collagen to be made, you're conjuring youth. You're a magician. That, my friend, takes about 3 to 6 months, you know, to really reap the benefits. And you have to use it consistently and be patient with it.
So now that we're all better acquainted with vitamin A, let's talk about some products.
So we have 2 types of eye creams. One is from Peach and Lily. This is their Pure Peach Retinoic Eye Cream. And then,
Pulling it out from behind me, we have Glow Recipes Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Sleeping Mask.
it's the little baby of the face mask.
Yeah. So as we've talked about eye creams previously, the ones that I feel we would actually buy are ones that do have retinol or some sort of retinoid in there to help with the fine lines and the smile lines. So the Glow Recipe one I really love. It's a bit thicker in consistency and I love that it's so cute. It applies really nicely. The Glow Recipe girls, Sarah and Christine, recommend using this before any serums you use so that you're protecting the delicate under eyes of your area.
Of your area. Of your what area?
To protect your delicate under eye area. Sometimes I'll serum before just because I want to.
Yeah, I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
Especially if the serums you're using are just very hydrating ones, which is the ones that I've been using, it doesn't really matter. But I remember when I put AHA's like, you were like, what are you doing? It was like 2-3 years ago.
Yes. No, but that's a good point because like for the most part, we don't normally use eye creams because just your moisturizer and your serums do that anyway. But when it comes to formulating with vitamin A near the delicate eyes, you definitely want to find something that has it. So that's where I feel like it's most worth the money. So that one's thicker.
It's thick. This is pretty, like, this is thick.
So if you're even like mature, if you have fine lines, if you really have dry under eyes, that one's really great. This is the Peach and Lily one. It is a gel consistency, so it's super lightweight, but a little bit milky, and it just glides over the face. This is probably a consistency that I'm more used to for eye cream. It has bakuchiol, which is a natural alternative to vitamin A, and something a little more gentle. Rosehip seed oil for plumping the skin, smoothing the skin, as well as carrots and mangoes and broccoli spinach extract.
I just want to eat this eye cream.
Right? And then you'll have your serums. And as we know, serums are potent, packed full of active ingredients. So we have a few here. This is Clearly Basics, this is Naturium, and this is Beauty Bay. So I love the Beauty Bay because if you guys have sensitive skin types, this has bakuchiol and oatmeal. Yeah, so it's soothing, it's hydrating, and it's also not as potent as a straight up vitamin A. Boop.
Boop. So this consistency is similar to the eye cream, but it's thinner.
Right? It's so thin for a serum.
It is.
Even though it's milky, oh my goodness. This is perfect if you're looking for like entry-level serum.
Yes.
Affordable.
So affordable. And everything from Beauty Bay is so affordable.
More of a potent heavy hitter is the Naturium Vitamin C Super Plus Serum. I've talked about this a bunch of times, but it contains all the active ingredients that one would want. It's got vitamin C, retinol palmitate, which as we said is the derivative. It's also got niacinamide and salicylic acid. So this is very effective for those of you with problematic skin, with uneven texture, with uneven skin tone.
Or a bit more advanced skincare users.
Yes, yes. Then we have Clearly Basics, which is a relatively new brand. This is the retinol and azelaic acid. So azelaic acid is a really great ingredient for anti-inflammatory to help soothe redness, but also being gentle. So paired with the retinol is a really great combination. It's kind of like using retinol and niacinamide together. The synergistic relationship of them. So this is also designed for acne-prone skin because of the fact that azelaic and retinol is great for it. This is a moisturizer. Ding, ding, ding. It's kind of like moussey. I love this consistency. It's beautiful. So I would use this only at nighttime in my nighttime routine, and then during the day, wash your face and do your whole routine with a sunscreen. You'll also find retinol moisturizers. Personally, I feel like if you're getting into retinol, a moisturizer is a great way to start because of the buffer. You've already used your toner, you've already used your serum, you've created this nice like hydrating platform, and then you go in with that. I've used this one for years, Obaji. It's a little bit expensive, but it works, and I love the consistency. So if you're looking for a moisturizer, that is one to try.
And there's also the glow recipe. So one thing we forgot to mention about the eye cream is that they have the encapsulated retinol. So what the encapsulation does is it's a slow release. So for more potent active ingredients, it helps it be a bit more gentle for your skin. Because it's not like when you apply something on, it just like instantly absorbs into your skin. If it releases slowly over time, then it's just boop.
So a great formulation for those with sensitive skin types. And that mask is really nourishing.
It is.
It's also very gentle. I don't think they formulated it with a heavy dose of retinol. So it's not like it's going to resurface your face. Sometimes I even feel like this is way more gentle than a chemical exfoliating mask that we use. And then you'll find this one, which if you have acne prone skin, you've probably heard of. This is the Differin Gel with the adapalene 0.1%. which is very effective. You can apply this all over the face. I use it as a serum, or you can just do it over areas that are problematic. And within a couple of days, my friend, your breakouts will dissipate. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
So that's why this was only recently just available over the counter rather than prescription. So whenever I'm feeling like super congested, I don't know what is going on with my skin, I'll use a bit of this baby. So hopefully now you understand a little bit more about vitamin A. I think you should try some.
I will.
Yeah. What do you think you're most interested?
I think because I use the Ordinary, I just want to continue using that
The Grand Active Retinoid.
as like an intro.
Grand Active Retinoid is great for beginners. We didn't have it here because I think we already talked about it in our other video. Great for acne, great for texture, skin tone. There's just so many great products.
Now, a common question for using retinoids is the age. And we actually discussed this in our interview with Desiree from Paula's Choice. But to sum it up, she recommended using retinoids around your 20s when you're earning your own paychecks. By your 20s, this is where you want to take preventative steps to slow down the aging process while your collagen levels are only just starting to show signs of decline.
And she said it was kind of like eating nutritious foods. You're not going to wait until you're 40 to start eating broccoli and reap the benefits of broccoli, right? So you'd eat your veggies even at a young age to get all the nutrients and keep your body healthy. So with that though, if you don't need it, then you don't need it.
I remember from our interview with Zoe Foster Blake of Go To Skincare.
Yeah.
She's in her 40s and she's like, I'm not touching that yet. She's like, I don't think I need it yet.
So both of those ladies are in the skincare industry. They both, deal with product formulation and both have different viewpoints. So once again, it really is up to you and your own needs and what you prefer.
Ingredient combos for retinoids, since we know you guys love to ask about comboing things.
Yes.
Since retinoids are very potent ingredients, you want to make sure your skin is well hydrated and protective to lessen drying, flakiness, stinging, and irritation. Here are some ingredients you can use with your retinol or retinoid products in your routine. The first one is niacinamide.
So niacinamide and retinol actually are really great for sensitive skin types because niacinamide helps the skin tolerate the more potent effects of retinol.
Not only does niacinamide dilute the retinol and calms the skin down due to its anti-inflammatory properties, it also gives skin a power boost by stimulating ceramide production.
And it also helps with hydration very subtly as well. And speaking of hydration, another ingredient that works well with retinol is hyaluronic acid. Basically, it works with every ingredient.
Or any humectant.
With the drying effects of retinol, sometimes it does increase the transepidermal water loss because, the epidermis is being shed. So you want to restore that with things like hyaluronic acid to replenish the moisture, replenish the well. So that's why they work well together.
Next, we have ceramides. Ceramides are one of the superstar ingredients for making sure your skin barrier is healthy. They're the waxy, oily substance that holds our skin cells together like glue. When the skin is healthy, ceramides are present in between our skin cells to help essentially form a watertight but moisturized barrier.
But when our skin is compromised, our skin barrier is left with little holes and gaps for external factors to invade and therefore cause irritation in our skin. So we want to replenish them with ceramides and fatty oils and fatty acids because we already have it naturally in our skin. We just want to help with that. The next is AHAs. So if you're starting out, you can use a week percentage of AHA in between the times that you use your retinol. So maybe like Monday you use your retinol and the rest of the days to keep your skin still like consistent, vibrant. You can still use like your toner with AHA, glycolic acids.
What would be considered weak?
Probably like a 1% 2%. You know, like CosRx toners, it's like a 0.1% lactic acid or something like that. So something that's very subtle, it's not like a chemical exfoliating mask or something, that can work well with your retinols. So if you have any other questions, leave them below. We do read all your comments, we just don't have time to get back to all of you.
But we appreciate and love you guys nonetheless.
Yes, and hope you're doing well. But before we leave, we always like to end it on a wholesome, introspective, uplifting note.
What did you learn this week?
So something I've been thinking about, just because of the current times that we're in, is that it's so easy to feel pressured to think a certain way and do certain things. It's like herd mentality when it's hard, or you don't want to feel ostracized or feel like you're different, because that puts a lot of attention on you. And I feel like in the current state of things, it's just easy to go with the flow. And so something that I'm working on is, without pushing viewpoints, more of just like sharing understandings and working on being open-minded with everyone. Yeah. I think acceptance of, you know, our own beliefs, other people's beliefs, because it's just hard now.
Yeah. I think going off of that too, it's if you want to, let's say, be a good person, if you want to be a kind person, if you want to be a compassionate person, I feel like the foundation of all of this, it's unconditional. And I think it's under situations and circumstances where you strongly disagree with someone that you should exercise even more compassion and even more understanding and allow some sort of a dialogue to form without just assuming one thing or jumping to conclusions another way.
Yeah.
Because really at the end of the day, if we are trying to be good people and like we want to be kind, compassionate, like anyone will want to be that, right? The root of that is it's unconditional. So it's not like I'm only nice to you because you agree with me. It's I'm gonna be nice to you even if you disagree with me, even if you're yelling at me, because that's just who I'm striving to be. And I'll try to be as understanding as I can with you, even though we may fundamentally disagree on some things. But that shouldn't take away from me being a good person to you or treating you with respect. I think that's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
So yeah, with that, I think we can always find ways to practice sympathy, empathy. Very hard. We're all coming from different perspectives. So yes, be kind to yourself and others. Bing! We'll see you very soon in the next episode. Bye.
Vitamin A makes us think deep thoughts. Tazarotene or
Tazarac.
Tazarac.
I found the Tazarac.
Give me the Tazarac.
So your irritation, if you're peeling or anything, that's just the epidermis. It's not thinning like your entire being. It's like, if I use too much, will it get to the bone? No.
That's scary.
I'm like scaring you back to not again.
I don't want to use it anymore. From esters, it becomes retinol, then retinaldehyde, and then retinoic acid.
Yeah!
Larson
Got
again.
it. Retinol palmitate or retinol propionate.
Propionate.
What she said. Or retinol propionate. 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 Okay. Peonate. I pee on you, you pee on 8. I pee on 3, I pee on 8. Or retinol Wait, what is it? Pionate. Okay. Dang it. Pi. Okay. Pi. Okay. 3.14159. Pionate. Or retinol pionate.
You missed the point.
That's what I get it.
Retinol pionate.
Okay.